if I would have tried to go have it done now, being that my deductible for my insurance just started over, I would have to pay for it. So I just, I pulled it out.
I would generally advise against removing your IUD at home because there are some complications that can come along with this. That being said, if somebody chooses to do that because they don't have access to care, I think most of the time it probably would not become dangerous. However, once again, if you have access to care, that is absolutely more preferable.
I had to remove this thing myself, and here it is, y'all.
Sometimes people can have a vasovagal response at the time of removal, meaning they pass out, and you certainly don't want to have that happen if you're all alone at home. Another complication that can happen is that the IUD in rare cases can be embedded into the inside of the uterus and need surgical removal. And if you pull on it, it can make you kind of sick or just be extremely painful. In other really rare circumstances, IUDs can come out and only be partially removed, and it would be important that that was recognized at the time that it happened so that we could manage it in the office.
This little tiny little bugger can keep you from getting pregnant. Isn't that amazing?
It is primarily used for contraceptive purposes, but there are other uses for them as well, such as heavy bleeding. There are several different types: copper IUD, progesterone IUD, and they all work very similarly, but a little bit different. They're quite effective at preventing pregnancy when they're being used as contraceptives.
The number one symptom that I experienced was bloating. Bloating.
The more common side effects of a hormonal IUD are going to be things like amenorrhea or loss of cycles. Maybe sometimes people will have some cramping after intercourse or a little bit of spotting after intercourse. Usually people don't have systemic symptoms or body-wide symptoms because the amount of hormone that gets into the actual body is very low. It's working locally at the uterus. That being said, there are some people who are very sensitive to this hormone and will experience side effects.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am.
I waited for 2 months to try to get this thing took out by like 3 different places. I found a place that was gonna take it out, and then they've been stalling with even setting me up an appointment.
Unfortunately, paternalism is inherently woven into the fabric of obstetrics in this country. If a physician has refused to remove your IUD on the basis of having to choose another form of contraception or because it hasn't been in place long enough, I would say this is highly unethical. Anytime somebody has a foreign object in their body for whatever reason, that is your body. You have autonomy over it, and you can choose to have it removed at any time. This would be a red flag to me and a reason that you should find another doctor.
The reason I decided to do it is because I've had 2 IUDs removed, and they literally just pull the strings. After they put in the little clamp to open you up and they use a tool to pull it out, I paid $200 for it.
I just really want to encourage anyone with a uterus to stand up for themselves and advocate for their health. If you feel like you are not being heard, you're not being listened to, your healthcare team is not actually on your side, it is okay to give yourself permission to step out of that situation and find another one. I know that's not always easy. I know that's not always a simple process with insurance and accessibility, but it is always okay to advocate for yourself.